Alright, before we start the video, I just had to say something. While I'm recording this video, I just found out the day this video would be posted was going to be my birthday. I found out there will be a video on my birthday, so I thought it'd be cool if I got a special video on my birthday, even though realistically I should be taking a break on my birthday, but I'm not. So, yeah, I'm torturing myself on my birthday for you guys. Hope you're happy. Also, another little thing I need to say before we start the actual video. I'm gonna warn you, I might lose my temper, because I'm someone who gets very passionate about stuff if I like or dislike them. So if I do like something, I'll praise it to death, and if I dislike something, I'll probably go overboard on my hatred toward it. So if I do lose my temper, I mean, if I do, I will tell you in the description or comments if I do or don't. And if you don't want to see me rage, I'd recommend clicking a different video, just in case. So, with all that being said, I'll start the actual video. Ladies and gents, I am not doing a what if for my first time. And instead of just talking about something, this is not a positive talk. Because this was my birthday and I wanted to do something very unique. I didn't want to do a typical what if, I just wanted to do something unique. And I thought of doing a video on talking about something, not what if related. I decided to do a video that I've kind of foreshadowed. Heck, I even foreshadowed it in my first ever video. I'll even show you the clip right now. I hate Nigiri. I'm not a big Sayaka fan, but better than Kirigiri. I will save that up for a rant. While I did say I hate Nigiri, I didn't say I hate Kirigiri. I may talk about why I hate Nigiri in this video, which I probably will, but this is going to mainly focus on Kyoko because there's not a Kyoko rant. So, yeah, I wanted to do something unique, and today we're going to do why I dislike Kyoko from Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I'll go through 3 points, so it's not really going to be nothing crazy, but I just wanted to go. I'm just going to try to speak from the heart, just my general thoughts on something. And I do plan to do this for V3 in the future, but I just don't know when. And I do plan to do a V3 rant, but there are V3 rants out there already. Where it comes to Kyoko, there isn't really any rants on her. Yeah. So, let's start the video, I guess. The first place thing. I mean, not the first place, but like the first reason why I hate her. She acts like an elitist, yet when she does, no one cares. Now, the problem here is during like some of the chapters, Kyoko says stuff like, "Oh, the men, oh, they're saying all this stuff about how a woman can't do this." In the entirety of Trigger Happy Havoc, no guy ever talks about how a woman cannot do this or how this is a man's job, and they're smug like that. Heck, the smuggest guy, Byakuya, isn't smug because women can't do what men do. He's smug because he's a rich guy and he's richer than everyone. He's not, oh, I'm better than women. I'm better than everyone is his philosophy. Kyoko just believes she's better than men and is just a straight up feminist. And the thing I find funny is the fact that no one tries to stop her. Like, unlike Byakuya, where people are like, hey, you need to be more calm, they go to Kyoko and she's like, you're fine. And it's just kind of dumb and hypocritical to me how Byakuya doesn't get away with it, but Kyoko can because she's an innocent little angel, apparently. This reason alone honestly kind of gets me angry. The fact that she basically is the just always saying the stuff like, oh, they always underestimate the women, and yet that no one really does. It's none of the guys do. Like, my memories of Trigger Happy Havoc, none of the guys really underestimate women during the story. Like, no one acts like that during the entire thing. Heck, even the entirety of Danganronpa, no male is one of those kind of characters. Mine is from, like, the Japanese version of Kaito, but, like, that was a Japanese translation. The English translation confirmed that Kaito wasn't like that. So, legitimately, why does Kyoko act like that? Like, they never explain her feministic views. And then the funny part is that makes it more hypocritical is that characters like Mahiru and Tenko get attacked for it. Yet whenever she acts like a feminist, there's no attacking toward her. That's just very hypocritical. And basically, my only thoughts on her is just that everyone has to view her as the good character, yet when someone does the same thing, they probably are viewed as an evil piece of crap. Reason number two, there's no character arc, like no good one. So Kirigiri's character arc is her trying to find hope. Okay, here's the thing. Kirigiri the whole time doesn't really have hope, even though she does. She gives Makoto hope, yet she doesn't have hope? What? And then they basically have this whole thing where her dad rejects her. Oh, great, now they're basically copying Jolene with this character. And then Kyoko is basically, you know, just kind of this edgy character, mysterious and cool. She just kind of sound like Jolene to me. I don't know about you guys. But however, she gets that hope because of Makoto, apparently. Where does her character arc go? To me, I don't see a character arc. Like, she keeps the same calm, stoic personality. We don't really see her lose anything. And it's just, yeah. She's never really got a character arc. It doesn't feel like she's grown any. There's no real development to her character. I feel like there's no character development to her arc. If you want to tell me where her character development is, I would like to see it. Maybe I'd have to see her free time events because I haven't seen them in a while. And it's just, she has no free time of, like, no character growth. It feels like it to me. I'm keep saying she has no character growth. And her whole thing is that her dad's gone. He then dies. That's it. She's calm and stoic. There's no real development to me. If you want to say, oh, she learned to trust people, well, big deal. Didn't everyone learn to trust people? Byakuya Togami's a better version of Kirigiri. That's how I gotta say it. At least Byakuya's made sense to trust people. Kyoko could have just trusted people whenever she wanted. It made sense for someone like Byakuya, at the end of the day, to actually learn how to trust people and have to view an outsider's perspective. Kyoko could have legitimately learned that at any time. That's just the part that just makes it worse. But now, the third reason. The third reason on why I hate, and the final reason on why I hate Kirigiri, and the part I'm probably going to go on the longest rant about. Kyoko Kirigiri is the biggest Mary Sue. Chiaki makes sense to be a Mary Sue. Like, it makes sense for her to be the ultimate Mary Sue, I guess. Like, people call her that. Like, she's a Mary Sue and all that. I admit that. But at least it makes sense. She's a robot. Kyoko is a human. And she knows all this. She's never wrong in the trials. They treat her like she's God's gift. Legitimately, when she dies in Trigger Happy Havoc, you get the bad ending. Legitimately. Realistically, why not just have Kyoko still die in Trigger Happy Havoc, and instead just let Makoto... Why not have the bad ending have Makoto die, and the good ending let Kyoko die, and then have Makoto carry on Hope's will with Kyoko's death, because she was a mentor? Or better yet, why not kill her off in the future arc? On a side note to this, why not kill off either her or Makoto in the future arc, or Aoi? Why not kill off someone from Trigger Happy Havoc? But that's like a small little rant. But the Kyoko part, killing her off in the Future Foundation also could have worked. Legitimately, she should have died, but she doesn't. Do you know why? Because she's a favorite. She's basically the ultimate waifu to everyone. She's this fan favorite, pretty girl. Basically that. She's basically Jolene, but just worse. Legitimately, at least Jolene has character. At least Jolene's not a Mary Sue. At least she's not treated like she's God's gift. At least she dies. Kyoko is the opposite. Byakuya Togami isn't treated like God's gift by the cast. Like, he's treated like God's gift by himself and the Togamis, but the cast doesn't treat him like that. The cast hates Byakuya. He's not a Gary Stu. Byakuya is wrong. Chapter 4 is a perfect example. Heck, during Chapter 3, Byakuya just has Makoto spill out everything instead of telling it himself. Byakuya isn't always right, but Kyoko is. And it's hypocritical at the end when Kyoko keeps derailing Byakuya for never being wrong. Yet here she is, who always makes the great statements and is never wrong. I don't know about you guys, but I think Byakuya is a better written character than Kyoko. Despite Byakuya being one of the most hated characters, or one of the most mixed from my perspective. I actually see people love Byakuya, and I see people hate him. I see perfect mix him out. Kyoko, on the other hand, is basically more loved, despite having more negative traits than someone like Byakuya. Am I going to justify Byakuya for crucifying Chihiro's dead body? Heck no, I'm not going to justify that. But at least it makes sense he did it. I'm not going to justify and apologize and not say that he's a better person. No, that's terrible he did that. But legitimately, he at least shows more character traits than being the stoic girl. Legitimately, I can name more character traits out from anyone. Legitimately, Kyoko is probably one of the worst characters. Is she the worst character? No, not by a long shot. I feel like there are characters in Danganronpa who are worse than Kyoko. But she is near the list for these traits alone. Are there any other traits I missed out? Probably. But however, these traits are the things that legitimately made me hate her character. Why I dislike Kyoko Kirigiri, and why I don't think I'm ever going to care about her character. While the second reason you could probably argue against, I feel like the first and third reason are honestly going to be an argument that you guys cannot overcome. If you guys have some counter arguments to my comments, like in the comment section, or let alone make an entire video debunking my claims if you want to. If you want to, that is. Hardcore Kyoko Snaps probably will. Then go ahead, do it. Legitimately. I'm okay with what the fandom throws in my way. I know the Danganronpa fandom is already a hellhole to begin with, so I'm just expecting to see the worst. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I kind of lost it at the end, but it is what it is. Kind of angry still about this character, and I had to revisit this character to get myself angry. I'm sorry about that, my fans. I hope you guys clicked off the video before I can get too angry. If you wanted to laugh at my anger issues, sure, whatever. But it's just, I needed to say this because it was my birthday, and now I've just ruined my birthday for myself. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna eat my soggy cake and just cry myself to sleep knowing that I made a video where I got to lose my poop on my own birthday. Thanks a lot.